Hello and welcome to the second grade trimester 1 lesson 16 video. This one's pretty simple. It's just the when they're actually going to do the experiment, so a lot of it's going to be dependent on the model that you test. So you're going to want to have this discussion with your students. This might have actually taken place in the previous lesson, but you want to make sure that the tub has flat sand and the glacier's at one end or in the middle. The tub has flat sand with a hill on one side, or the tub has half full and then like an empty place at the bottom. There's different scenarios that you can do. The one that we tested out this summer that worked pretty well was to kind of build up sand on one side and put the glacier on top of that, and then have less sand at the bottom, because then it's a little bit more of a dramatic effect that they can see the glacier lake that forms when the glacier melts. It'll form like a nice big lake at the bottom. It'll be a little bit easier to see than if you just have flat sand. If you have just flat sand across, some of that sand in the middle where the glacier is sitting is going to be kind of moved a little bit, but you'll just have a lot of wet sand. But the bigger the better. You could get a large ice cream bucket, freeze it the night before, and you might have to crack the bucket to get it off, but just find a way to get some big glaciers. And you're going to want to set this up first thing in the morning, because it's going to take probably till at least lunch for it to melt, but you shouldn't have a problem with this melting throughout the day. We were in the basement of a building over in Schindler with no sunlight on our glaciers, and it took about 4 or 5 hours, but they eventually all melted, so that shouldn't be a problem. Or even setting it up in the sunlight on a windowsill could be a good place to have it, so make it melt a little bit faster. So basically they're just going to draw pictures and make observations of what happened throughout the day. So this is something you might want to kind of come back to. This is a lesson that maybe you don't want to only have them make observations during your science time. You might want to just spend 5 minutes, everybody come over and look at it, draw your picture, write down your observations. You'll definitely want to take some pictures of it throughout the day if you have any absent students as well, so they can take a look at it.